you all so much for being here. I really appreciate this opportunity. I represent one of the largest populated counties in Michigan. And in recent years, I know the Michigan chapters of the Arab American Civil Rights League and the Council on American Islamic Relations have filed complaints regarding banking discrimination against those of Muslim faith. And so Mr. Monahan, in May, you might know that there is a class action lawsuit that was filed alleging that Bank of America engaged in discriminatory banking practices by targeting, restricting, and closing accounts of people of Muslim faith. Are you aware of that?
No, I'm not, ma'am.
Well, right now, I mean, it's
the way she smiled, like, oh, I got you. I can talk more to get some moral points.
It's a class filed. One of them is Mohammed, who had met all the bank's requirements of showing residency and providing proof of that, and still his account was unlawfully closed. How does your bank, though, ensure that the bank's customer identification program complies with AML regulations without freezing out whole classes of consumers from access to banking services to support their families and their businesses? What steps have you all taken in that regard? And it sounds like you don't even know about the class action suit. You don't care?
Wow. Oh, wait a second. I mean, I get what she's trying to say, that you're supposed to know, but they can't know about all these little details. I mean, Zuckerberg doesn't know all about the details about all the little groups on Facebook that are sending certain policies. Then he's like, oh yeah, I heard about it, but somebody else says, I need to ask my team, bada beam, bada boom. I can't expect the head to know everything, because that's why he delegates the power. That's why he's the CEO. He needs people under him that he can trust. When I went to buy a house, okay, the bank approved everything. They said, you have no debt. You never had issues paying anything. You both had a job. You consistently worked for 10 years. You never got fired. You are safe. So the fact that I have reason to close the account because I can even trust you for specific other reason that we're not talking about. We don't know this Talib guy. We don't know his business back in the day. Maybe he's suspicious. I don't know. I went to the bank once. I went there, told them I need 1,000 euros, told them I need it for the study, for the money. I don't have any money. I just arrived here in Holland. I need to study. Bada bim bam boom, bada bam bam. Guess what happened to me? They said no. I said, oh, you're a cold woman? Why not? Well, we don't lend money. I said, what? This country is discriminating. Discriminating. Guess what happened? I went to my room, complain. And when I met a guy from my own country in Holland, I told him what happened. He says, you're an idiot. I said, what do you mean? He says, look, man, every culture is different, and there's certain things cultures respect. What the culture respect over here, that doesn't mean they're gonna respect yours. You need to think about that. You need to start talking like a Dutch person, because they need to trust you the way they trust everybody. It's not you specifically. It's a culture thing. So go back there, ask for 1,000 euro. Not evil. Go ask for 1,000 euro, and that's it. Shut up. Ask it like a Dutch person. That's it. And I went there, asked for 1,000 euro. Was a different woman. She said, okay, approved. Done. That's it. In Holland, they trust confidence. So when you make a mistake, your solution is to be provided with confidence. Not like a Caribbean man that there was with the passion and the back in the day. That doesn't work. No, the culture changes. Yes, of course, but you have to be aware of that. But most people don't want to do that. They prefer to call discrimination because it's the easy way out.
I said before, yeah, I'm not aware of the class action suit. We have a deep history of banking all Americans, and another 1 million Americans will open accounts with us this quarter. And so I think we've got a strong track record across all ethnicities and all people. So if you have a specific issue.
Sir, you should be very concerned. Mr. Manahan, you should really be concerned about this, because, again, you can see that there's a pattern that specific groups from their certain background or ethnicities or faith. Again, this is a lawsuit that was filed in May, and that, we need to make sure that Americans of Muslim faith or any of national origin are not being targeted, and that you guys are not implementing processes that singles them out. Are you at least supportive of making sure that you're not discriminated against a whole community?
I can assure you that's not the case.
Okay, well, I hope you got good lawyers. Do you know you have...
Oh man, I like her attitude because it's entertaining. I just look at America. Hey man, let's watch Netflix. But okay.
You have all committed, as you all know, to transition the emissions from lending and investment activities to align with pathways to net zero in 2050. Do you know what the International Energy Agency has said is required to meet our global 2050 net zero targets of limiting global temperature rise to 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit or 1.5 degrees Celsius? So no new fossil fuel production starting today. That's like zero. So I would like to ask all of
Wait. This is going in a direction that's very stupid.
all of you and go down the list, because again, you all have agreed to doing this. Please answer with a simple yes or no. Does your bank have a policy against funding new oil and gas products? Mr. Diamond?
Absolutely not, and that would be the road to hell for America.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Sir, you know what? Everybody that got relief from student loans has a bank account with your...
This is what... I hate this woman now. When you jump from one problem to another, like, I got you. I'm like, stay on climate change. Stay on money. Stay on something. It's like, oh, I'm just baiting you to get this conversation. So finally, we can talk about climate change. I'm like, woman, what's wrong with you? Hey, man, all the cores that has to be charged by electricity, all of them. You're going to complain later that we're using too much electricity because the system is not ready. If everybody uses electricity, does our system, can it handle everybody using electricity to be warm or cold? I don't think so. So the fact that you're banning one thing to create another issue, and then you put us between a rock and a hard place, and I'm like, whoa, what's your solution? You can't be like, I'm trying to do something. We're getting the oil from somebody where else. Who? From the bad guys that you hate in Venezuela that has more oil than you because you don't want to drill the oil below you? What's wrong with you?
Bank should probably take out their account and close their account. The fact that you're not even there to help relieve many of the folks that are in debt, extreme debt because of student loan debt, and you're out.
We cannot help people that make a stupid decision. Blame the school. The school have the system like that. They're like, oh, you need this study? Well, just study here. Do something that you might not like. My father told me, study something that you can do, that you like, that you don't quit, because all year that you quit, there's more to pay. So I did my study as quickly as possible. It was one decision, one choice. It's like deciding if you want to be bald or have braids or rasta for the rest of your life. I choose to be bald because it's way simpler. It's not your freaking human right to make dumb decisions and be relieved by it, but you're freaking crazy. And now people that work hard to do it properly now has to help you escape because you didn't know how to make a good decision? Nah, man.
They're criticizing it. Ms. Frazier, how about you?
We will continue to invest in and support clients who are investing in fossil fuels and in helping them transition to cleaner energies.
And Mr. Monahan?
We are helping our clients make a transition, and that means we're lending to both oil and gas companies and to new energy companies and helping monitor their course towards the standards you're talking about.
Yeah, Mr. Shah?
Excuse me, the same thing as Mr. Moynihan said.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask you, Mr. Diamond, because you obviously don't care about working class people in frontline communities like ours.
Stop doing that stupid thing, lady. You had a cool gangster attitude, but the way you're pushing it, the way you have a smile like, I finally got you in a position, so why bother even asking you? Hey, man, stop labeling people when you talk down on them, when you consider you're not talking down on them, and when they respond, you justify that my talking down was well-deserved in his direction because I already knew how he was talking. That's like me walking around, slapping people around, and when they get angry, well, I knew you're gonna react. Well, for that reason, I'm gonna call the cops to watch you 24/7. Misogyny. What's wrong with you? I don't like these people
that are facing huge amounts of high rates of asthma, respiratory issues, and so much more.
Why would you go there? Why would you go there? Oh, man.
Cancer rates are so high among my communities that I represent. So I'm not going to even ask you if you're committing to ending financing of new oil and gas projects. But Ms. Frazier, Mr. Monahan, Mr. Shea, we are living through a climate crisis today. and a commitment to net zero requires a commitment to ending fossil fuel financing. It is important because I want you all to know at the end, we're going to pay the cost of the public health impact. These are people that you're supposed to be serving, the folks that you're supposed to be providing and supporting in communities. Anything else defies all logic and scientific evidence at our disposal. If your financial institutions aren't going to follow through on your own net zero commitments, then regulators, including the Federal Reserve and Congress, must step in and make them. And with that, Chairwoman, thank you so much again for holding this hearing. I think it's so important for the people we represent. I yield back.
By that logic, I can be, you know what? Stop all the sugar. Let's all eat healthy so nobody gets sick, so cancer is not going to be an issue and all the other health disease and diabetes and all those things. You don't push in that direction. Because it's all about the money in general. Everything new is about the money in general. It's kind of stupid that we have such people in such a powerful position that don't understand how people get rich and then talk to them as if, well, you don't understand us. I'm like, maybe they do understand you. That's why they're richer. Maybe they're way more consistent than you, but you think they're just privileged. I don't think they're privileged. They did something that I don't want to bother doing 24/7. They maybe work way more hours than us. I don't want to do that. Most people want to be with their family. Usually poor people prefer to be with their family and eat and chill. The moment you tell people stop funding gas and fuel because we only can use electricity, don't you think that you're going to give a market a way bigger monopoly because you're canceling something on one side in a country that's rich when it's not cancelled in the other countries? That's such a bad decision.